We don't know how to disco.
You can't dance. Get the right moves. Get Night Moves by Deney Terrio. I taught John Travolta how to dance, and I can teach you in this instructional double album and book, The Professional Approach to Dancing. Learn more than footwork. Learn to freestyle and touch dance. It's easy.
Night Moves. We'll take it.
Available at participating stores.
Congratulate yourself. You deserve it. You have just completed the solo dance section in Night Moves, and you're now ready to try the dance steps you've learned to music. The solo section in Night Moves opens with the easiest steps and dances. Progressively, they grow more difficult. I'll be concentrating basically on the more difficult steps in the book, because we feel that you'll more fully understand them if you can hear me talk you through them to the correct count. One additional word of advice. If you get behind when listening to this record, simply go back to the beginning of the cut and start over. All you need is some patience and a little practice, and you'll soon be disco dancing with the best. Let's start with the basic 2-beat turn, which is simply turning one full revolution to 2 beats of music. There's only 2 steps involved. You'll be stepping out with your left foot and pivoting all the way around and back together with the right to the starting position. Make sure you swing your arms to gain momentum to turn you all the way around in a complete circle. Also, be sure to raise your heel up off the floor so you're turning on the ball of your foot. I'll count it for you like this. Step left, around, and together with the right. Step left, around, and together with the right. Okay? Let's try it. Stand with your feet together. Ready, set, and begin. Step left, around, and together with the right. Step left, around, and together with the right. That's all there is to it. Now, here comes the music. Ready, set, and begin. Step left, around, together with the right. Step left, around, together with the right. Step left, around, together with the right. Step left, around, together with the right.
Come on and dance. Come on and dance. Come on and dance. Come on and dance. Get on your feet and dance to the beat and dance.
Here's another full rotation turn, only this one's done to 4 beats instead of 2. Start in a straight body position, then step out to the left with your left foot. Pivot on your left foot, swinging right foot around to face the opposite direction. Now pivot on the right, swinging left leg back to your starting position. Next, slide your right foot in to meet your left foot and bend your knees. Now you can step to the right and change your direction. Let's try it to a 4-beat count. Ready, set, and begin. Step left, pivot on right, slide right together. Step right, pivot on left, slide left together. Great. Remember to pivot to the left on your left foot and to the right on your right foot. Now let's try this turn with the music. Ready, set, and begin. Step left, pivot on right, slide right together. Step right, pivot on left, slide left together. Step left, pivot on right, slide right together. Step right, pivot on left, slide left together. The next step is called the worm because it looks like a worm's segmented body movement. Start with your feet together and your arms at your sides. Then bend your knees quickly and keep them bent. Thrust your hips forward and your shoulders back and keep them in place. Rotate your shoulders from front to back and straighten up again. Now let's try it. Ready, set, and begin. Stand straight, bend knees, thrust hips, rotate shoulders, straighten up. Bend knees, thrust hips, rotate shoulders, straighten up. Good. Now let's try slithering with the music. Ready, set, and begin. Straight, knees, hips, shoulders. Straight, knees, hips, shoulders. Straight, knees, hips, shoulders. Straight, knees, hips. Our next step is the rock basic swing. Start with your knees bent, your feet shoulder width apart, and your arms bent up slightly from the elbows. Now, rock your hips in a pendulum motion to the left. As you're doing that, rock up on the inside edge of your right foot and swing your arms to the left. Then rock your hips and swing your arms in the opposite direction. Remember, rock the foot opposite the hip you're swinging. All right? Let's give it a try. Ready, set, and begin. Rock left, rock right, rock left, rock right, rock left, rock right, rock left, rock right. Good. Now you're ready to try it to the music. Ready, set, and begin. Rock left, rock right, rock left, rock right. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left. The next step will use the rock basic swing which you've just learned. It's called the walk and rock, and that's exactly what you do. While rocking around in a complete circle with your left foot at the center of the circle, rock your hip into each step you take with your right foot. Ready to try it? Okay, let's go. Ready, set, and begin. Step forward, rockin' back. Step right, rockin' back. Step right, rockin' back. Step right, rockin' back. Don't forget to swing those arms, too. Now let's bring up the music and really get you rocking. Ready, set, and begin. Rock forward and back, rock right 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 and back, rock right. Next, let's go through a very popular dance, the freak. The freak uses one basic step, a bouncing movement you do without moving your feet. Start with your feet shoulder-width apart. Begin by shifting your weight to your right leg and take a small bounce on beat 1 and a bigger bounce on beat 2. That big bounce will push you back to your left foot. Now take the same 2 bounces on your left foot, using the second bounce to push you back to the right. Remember, take a small bounce on the first beat and a bigger bounce on the second beat. Your arm movement for this step can be as free and creative as you'd like. Let's try it to our 4-beat count. Ready, set, and begin. Bounce right, bounce right, bounce left, bounce left, bounce right, bounce right, bounce left, bounce left. Good. Now let's bring up the music and let you get a better feel of the movement. Ready, set, and begin. Bounce right, right bounce left, left bounce right, right bounce left, left bounce right, right bounce left, left bounce right, right bounce left. Our next movement, the dog, is another step which is basically just a bounce. Start with your knees flexed and your arms straight with your hands resting slightly above your kneecaps. Now straighten your knees and let your hips lift up. Then bend your knees and drop your hips back to the starting position. That's all there is to it. Once you get moving, place one foot slightly in front of the other, take your hands off your knees, and move them freely as you bounce. Remember that each bounce is done to one beat of the music, so you must move quickly. Let's try it. Ready, set, and begin. Bounce 1, 2, 3, 4. 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 Not bad. Let's try it with the music. Ready, set, and begin. Bounce 1, 2, 3, 4. Bounce 1, 2, 3, 4. Bounce 1, 2, 3, 4. Bounce 1, 2, 3.
Come on and dance.
The next step we'll learn is called the slide. Begin in a basic straight body position. On the first beat, bend your left knee and slide your right arm and leg out to the side quickly. Then quickly slide them both back in. Now do the same thing on the other side. Bend your right knee and quickly slide your left arm and leg out and back in. This is an extremely quick movement because the in and out motion is done to one beat of music. Think you can do it? Let's give it a try. Ready, set, and begin. Slide right and in, slide left and in, slide right and in, slide left and in, slide right and in, slide left and in, slide right and in, slide left and in. Easy. Well, let's see if we can do it to the beat of the music. Ready, set, and begin. Slide right in, left in, 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 right in. Another basic hip movement is called the hip bop. Start with your feet shoulder-width apart, with your right foot slightly ahead of your left foot. Extend your arms out from the shoulders and up from the elbows. On beat 1, push your right hip out and pull your arms back towards your body. On beat 2, relax back into your starting position, then repeat the sequence again. Let's try it. Arms up. Ready, set, and begin. Hip out and back, hip out and back, hip out and back, hip out and back. Now let's try it to the music. Ready, set, and begin. Hip out and back, 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 hip out and back.
Get on your feet and dance to the beat and dance.
Here's a tricky step for you. It's called crazy legs, and it takes the same type of coordination needed for the old rub your tummy and pat your head routine. The hardest part of it is keeping the 3 major movements in the correct sequence. Practice it slowly first and gradually speed it up. Let's walk through it slowly. Start with your feet shoulder-width apart, with your arms at your sides. Kick your right foot out in a bent knee kick, then return it to the starting position. Now take a step in place with your left foot. Next, pivoting on your heels, swing your toes out and bend your knees quickly. Then, pivoting in again on your heels, swing your toes in back to the starting position and stand straight up. I'll count it out for you a little faster now. Ready, set, and begin. Kick, return, step, out and in. Kick, return, step, out and in. Pretty good. You might want to practice this step a little longer than the others before trying it with the music. If not, get ready to move quickly, because here comes the music. Ready, set, and begin. Kick, return, step, out and in. Kick, return, step, out and in. Kick, return, step, out and in. Kick, return, step. Our next step is a series of kicks. Remember to kick only as high as you can without losing your balance. On the first beat, kick your right leg out about waist high, or as high as you can manage. Then as you bring it back down, hop 1/4 turn to the right so you land with your feet together and your knees slightly bent. Then repeat the kick, and hop 3 more times so that you make a complete circle. Let's try it. Ready, set, and begin. Kick and hop, kick and hop, kick and hop, kick and hop. Terrific. Now, let's try kicking to the beat of the music. Ready, set, and begin. Kick and hop, 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 kick and hop. The next move is an exciting variation of a basic full turn. It's called a spin to a knee drop, and that's exactly what you do. Start with your feet shoulder-width apart and your arms at your sides. Begin with your weight on your right foot. Then, while turning your body to the left, step to the left and push off with your right foot. Your weight should now be on your left foot as you pivot on the ball of it and turn to the left. Bend your left knee as you are turning and touch it to the floor, ending up kneeling on the left knee facing forward again. Swing your arms as you turn to help provide momentum. Then bring them down to your sides when you finish in the kneeling position. Let's try running through it. Ready, set, and begin. Step left, around, and drop to your knee. All right, let's try it again. Ready, set, and begin. Step left, around, and drop to your knee. Good. Okay, let's bring up the music. Ready, set, and begin. Step left, around, and drop to your knee. Okay, get up and let's try it again. Ready, set, and begin. Step left, around, and drop to your knee. The 4-count knee walk is another step that takes time and practice, so don't rush yourself if you're having problems. Just stop the record and practice a little before moving on. For the knee walk, start in a straight body position with your feet slightly apart. Drop your right knee down and into a kneeling position. Next, bring your left knee down to a kneeling position also. Then lift your right knee back up, then your left knee back up. And repeat the sequence again. Notice in your instructional book that each time you drop or lift your knees, the foot is turned out. Got it? Let's try it to our 4-beat count. Ready, set, and begin. Drop right, drop left, lift right, lift left. Drop right, drop left, lift right, lift left. That's it. Let's try it with the music. Ready, set, and begin. Drop right, drop left, lift right, lift left. Drop right, drop left, lift right, lift left. Drop right, drop left, lift right, lift left. The next step, the Night Fever Shuffle, takes a lot of coordination. Start in a straight body position with your feet slightly apart and your right foot turned in slightly. On the second beat, pivot on the ball of your right foot until your heel points in, and slide your left foot across the floor to the left. Now pivot on the ball of your right foot until your heel turns out to the starting position, and slide your left foot back to meet it. That's all there is to it. By moving your foot in and out, you can move yourself across the floor. Let's try it to a 4-beat count. Ready, set, and begin. Slide out, slide in, slide out, slide in. You can also do this step with the opposite leg. Let's try it with the music. Ready, set, and begin. Slide out, slide in, 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 slide out, slide in. Now we'll rest our legs for a bit and try the next movement. Snake arms. Start with your fingers clasped and your elbows out to the sides. Pretend you are moving your arms over an imaginary hill. Lift your left elbow up and let your left hand lead your right hand up the hill. When you reach the top, drop your left elbow and lift your right elbow as you move down the hill. Let's try it. I'll count it like this. Lift up, over the hill and down again. Lift up, over the hill and down again. Okay? Ready, set, and begin. Lift up, over the hill and down again. Lift up, over the hill and down again. Lift up, over the hill and down again. Now let's try it a little faster to the music. Ready, set, and begin. Lift up, over and down again. 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 Up, over and down again.
Come on and dance.
Here's a kick that's a tough one to master. It's called the Jester's kick. Start with your feet shoulder-width apart and your arms at your sides. Quickly bend your knees and lower yourself to a squatting position. Then swing your arms back to support yourself and kick your right leg up at the same time. Next, push off from the floor with your arms and bring your right leg swiftly back to a squatting position. Then repeat the movement, alternating legs every other time you kick. Let's try it slowly at first. Ready, set, and begin. Squat and kick, squat and kick, squat and kick, squat and kick. Not too bad. Let's see if we can do it to the beat of the music. Ready, set, and begin. Squat and kick, squat and kick, squat and kick, squat and kick, squat and kick.
Come on and dance. Come on and dance.
You've now completed the solo instructional portion of this record. Now's your chance to put some music on and practice what you've learned. Go through the various steps and combine as many of them as you can. One of the unique aspects of disco dancing is that the combination of steps is limited only by your imagination. So, let yourself go. From this point on, we'll turn our attention to touch dancing. Remember, you'll find these movements much easier to perform if you study them in the book thoroughly first before moving on to this record. We'll start the touch section by talking you through the basic foot pattern which is used in all the movements which follow. Then we'll practice it to the music. In order to simplify things, I'll count the steps this way. Beat 1 will be referred to as tap, representing the tap or starting position of the basic foot pattern. Beat 2 will be referred to as step, which represents the step back out of the tap position. Beats 3, and 4 are the syncopated section of the pattern in which you'll be doing 3 steps to 2 beats of the music. I'll use the term triple to refer to counts 3 and the and count, with count 4 being referred to as step. Beat 5 will be referred to as a walk, and beat 6 will also be referred to as a walk. Okay, let's walk through this to make sure you understand it. Start by facing each other. Begin by swinging your leg into the tap position as shown in the instruction book. This would be the left leg for men, the right for women, and represents beat 1. On beat 2, return that foot back alongside of your other foot, transferring your weight onto it. From here we'll move into beat 3, the first part of the triple step. Men step back onto your right, and women back onto your left. Continuing, quickly proceed to the end count. Men bring your left foot back alongside your right, and women bring your right back alongside your left. These 2 counts will be referred to as trip-bull, with the first syllable representing beat 3, and the second syllable the count and. To finish the triple step, men quickly step onto your right again, women onto your left. This will be referred to as step for beat 4. Beat 5 is the walk count. Men step forward onto your left, and women onto your right. The pattern is completed with the walk count for beat 6. Men continue forward onto your right, and women onto your left. The pattern is counted tap, step, triple step, walk, walk, which coincides with the counts 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Men, let's run through it first with you. Ready? Okay. Swing your left into the tap position and count tap. Now move it back and count step. Continuing, step back onto your right for the count trip, and now quickly shift to your left for the count pull, trip pull. Shift back onto your right for the count step, and continue forward onto the left for the count walk, and then onto the right for another walk count. Now, following my voice again, start with the tap. Now step, triple step, walk, walk. Again, tap, 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 step, triple step, walk, walk. Good. Well, the men have had their chance. Now let's try it with the ladies. Ready? Okay. Swing your right foot back and count tap. Now return it for the count step and continue back onto your left for the count trip. Quickly shift your weight to the right for the pull. That's it, trip pull. Now continue by shifting back onto your left for the count step. Finish by walking forward onto the right, the first walk count, and now onto your left for a walk count again. Now, follow my voice again. Start tap, step, triple step, walk, walk. Again, tap, step, triple step, walk, walk. Again, tap, step, triple step, walk, walk. Again, tap, step, triple step. At this point, if you're having trouble following my voice, move back to the beginning of the cut and try it again until you've got it down pat before continuing on. Now let's try it with both of you and we'll add music. Ready? Begin. Tap, step, triple step, walk, walk. Again. Tap, step, triple step, walk, walk. 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 You're on your own. Tap, step, triple step, walk, walk. Tap, step, triple step, and away you go. Now would be a good time to practice. So why don't you turn to cut 2 on side 4 and try practicing this footwork to the music until it's smooth and comfortable. Now let's go through the basic movement or coaster motion. We refer to this as a coaster because with it you'll be able to relax or coast in between turns and spins, enabling you to keep the dance motion flowing. We'll be combining the basic foot pattern with a push-pull lead. Men should take note of how I'll count the coaster. Tap, step, push, triple step, pull, walk, walk. The reference to push and pull, meaning when the man initiates his lead of the woman. Women should make sure they control their arm tone and step pattern in a manner that will complement the man's lead. This is a lead and follow exercise, so don't fight each other for control. Men must use this time to develop their lead, and women must follow in a relaxed yet controlled manner to help develop communication between you. From now on, I'll count 1, 2, ready, begin before each movement so you'll be able to start easier. Okay, now let's go through it to the music. Feel the beat? 1, 2, ready, begin. Tap, step, push, triple step, pull, walk, walk. And tap, step, push, triple step, pull, walk, walk. Tap, step, push, triple step, pull, walk, walk. Tap, step, push, triple step, pull, walk, walk. Tap, step, push, triple step, pull, walk, walk.
Children cry, there's no food to eat. Hungry eyes, they're as cold as ice, and they look for a reason.
Run through this a number of times. When you feel you've got it, turn to cut 2 on side 4 and continue practicing. Next, we'll do the sugar push turn. This turn is composed of the coaster motion and the sugar push lead. We'll count this: tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap. Men take special note of the count push. At that point, you'll begin to lead back on the coaster motion. On the count turn, you'll initiate your lead for the sugar push. On the count finish, you'll finish the pivot on beats 6 and 1 into a tap position to start the next movement. It's counted: tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap. First, I'll talk you through this one. Then I'll start the music, and we'll give it a try. Ready? 1, 2, ready, begin. Tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Good. Now, let's try it with some music. Ready? 1, 2, ready, begin. Tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk.
Music is the way to relieve the pressure. Music all the way. You get the fancy time.
If you're having trouble, turn back to the beginning of the cut and try it again. When you feel you've got it, turn to cut 2 on side 4 and continue practicing to the music. Now let's do the inside turn with the coaster motion. Before we get into it, I should point out that even though the woman is performing the inside turn, the man must pivot around the woman in order to complete this movement properly. Secondly, when you release your hands as you turn, you should begin to rejoin them as soon as possible to finish. Are you ready? We'll be using the same count that we used in the sugar push turn. Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, ready, begin. Tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap. Now let's try it with some music. One, two, ready, begin. Tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Excellent. Now, once you've mastered this, turn to cut 2 on side 4 and give it a whirl. Moving on to the outside turn with the coaster motion, you should have already noted that this turn is performed in a manner similar to that of the inside turn. The only difference being the direction in which the man walks around the woman. Instead of moving to your left, men, you'll now be moving to your right, stepping on the left foot for beat 5 as you perform this turn. The woman will turn underneath your left arm, and you'll come back to face each other, finishing with a tap step. We'll be using the same beat count that we used in the inside turn and the sugar push. Tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk, finishing on the tap step. Okay, are you ready? 1, 2, ready, begin. Tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. And finish with the tap. It would be a good idea for the man to practice his outside turn also at this time before moving on to the music section. When we bring up the music, I suggest the woman turn under on the first coaster and the man turn under on the second. By alternating turns in this manner, you'll avoid getting dizzy. Okay, here comes the music. 1, 2, ready, begin. Tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. Finish, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. When both of you have mastered the outside turns, go to cut 2 on side 4 for further practice. Try combining the sugar push, inside turn, and outside turn with the man initiating the movement. Remember, putting them all together is what dancing's all about. Next, let's go to the cuddle turn. This turn is very similar to the inside turn in that it's an inside lead, but with the man remaining stationary instead of walking around the woman to complete the turn. Note that there is no release of the right hand by the man or left hand release by the woman. This movement requires 12 beats for 2 complete coasters to turn in and then to turn out again. Let's walk through it. Ready? Begin. Tap, step, push, triple step, and turn the woman into the cuddle on the walk, walk. From there, we'll tap and start to turn her out on the count step, bringing her back around to finish with the triple step walk, walk. Let's give it a try. Face each other in a double hand hold. We'll go over this slowly at first, and then speed it up as we get into it. 1, 2, ready, begin. Tap, step, push, triple step, cuddle, walk, walk. And tap, turn out, triple step, walk, walk. Let's try it again. Start. Tap, step, push, triple step, cuddle, walk, walk. And tap, turn out, triple step, walk, walk. Again, tap, step, push, triple step, cuddle, walk, walk. And tap, turn out, triple step, walk, walk. I'll continue counting so you can start on the right beat. Let's give it a try to the music. Ready? 1, 2, ready, begin. Tap, step, push, triple step, cuddle, walk, walk. And tap, turn out, triple step, walk, walk. Again, tap, step, push, triple step, cuddle, walk, walk. And tap, turn out, triple step, walk, walk. Again, tap, step, push, triple step, cuddle, walk, walk. Tap, turn out, triple step, walk. If you're still unable to do this turn, don't feel badly. It may take time, but remember, practice makes perfect. Turn the record back to the start of this cut and run through it one more time. When you feel you can do it smoothly and proficiently, turn to cut 2 on side 4 and continue practicing on your own. Now let's take the Matador turn with the coaster motion. This movement, like the Cuddle turn, takes 12 beats or 2 sets of the coaster motion to complete. I'll count it in the same manner as the Cuddle turn. Tap, step, push, triple step, turning on the walk, walk. Tap, turn out, triple step, walk, walk. The Matador turn is similar to the outside turn, in that the man moves around the woman. However, he must maintain the double handhold by letting the woman's arm wrap up behind her. As she comes out of the turn, he must move back around her again to complete the movement. It's important on the turn-in of the first coaster motion that the man pivot quickly on beat 6 to face the woman in order to complete it on time. Vice versa, on the tap, he must move quickly around her on beat 2 of the second coaster in order to finish properly. Women, remember to keep your arms relaxed and follow the lead. Now, moving slowly, let's give it a try. 1, 2, ready, begin. Tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk, and tap, turn out, triple step, walk, walk. Again, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk, and tap, turn out, triple step, walk, walk. If you have problems with this one, there may be a reason why. It's important to note that the man must keep his left hand up in the air until the woman comes back around to face him again. If he lowers it too soon, you'll get it caught in between you, resulting in an awkward move. Now let's give it a whirl with the music. 1, 2, ready, begin. Tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. And tap, turn out, triple step, walk, walk. Again, tap, step, push, triple step, turn, walk, walk. And tap, turn out, triple step, walk, walk. Now turn to cut 2, side 4, and continue practicing. You should also be trying to combine this with the cuddle turn, the outside and inside turn, and the sugar push. Okay, let's move on to the twist turns. The count is exactly the same as the cuddle and the matador turns. Rather than go through this step in detail, we'll simply mention some additional points to aid you in executing this movement. The motion on this turn is very similar to that of an outside turn. Initially, the twist turn is actually an outside turn. However, you maintain the double handhold as you raise them above the head. As the woman turns in, the man must be sure that he walks around her on beats 5 and 6 of the first coaster. He must move back around her in an opposite direction on beats 1 and 2 of the second coaster in order to finish properly. Next, let's cover the crossover turns. In this segment, you should try to do all the skaters' positions and variations in the order in which they're presented in the book. Use 12 beats, or 2 full coaster motions for each movement, doing them continuously, one right after the other. You begin with the woman's turn into the skater's position, and then the man's. Then proceed into the woman's variation of the skater's position, and then the man's. The 4 movements combined will take 48 beats, or 12 beats for each one. The thing to remember about these types of turns is that the person turning in will be moving. However, the person on the outside of the turn should remain stationary, doing their footwork in place. From now on, to make it easier for you to count, we'll switch from the tap, step, triple step, walk, walk count back to the natural count of 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. By now, you should be familiar enough with the foot pattern so that you can move through it without having to think out each step. Count to yourself in the following manner. Starting 1, 2, back 3 and 4, turn 5, 6, and 1 out 2, back 3 and 4, walk 5, 6. To accustom yourselves to this new count, let's recite it to the music. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. That's how it's done. Now let's bring the music back up again, and I'll talk you through these skaters' movements. See if you can make it through all 4 without stopping. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, back 3 and 4, turn 5, 6, and 1 out 2, back 3 and 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, back 3 and 4, turn 5, 6, 1 out 2, back 3 and 4, 5, 6, tap, step, triple step, walk, walk, and 1 out 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6.
All around the dusty streets, children cry, there's no food to eat. Hungry eyes, they're as cold as ice, and they look for a reason.
Now let's turn to record 2, side 4. Practice these movements until you can do them smoothly and confidently.
Choking on the smoke they made.
Let's now work on the simple inside and outside spins. These spins will be initiated on beats 5 and 6 of the coaster motion. We'll begin first with the inside spin. As you may have noticed in the text, the woman spins twice. This is led in the same way as the inside turn. As soon as you start to spin inside, the man will have to release his right hand, and the woman will have to release her left. The man then pivots 1/2 turn around the woman as she spins. We'll count this movement as follows. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, back 3 and 4, spin 5, 6, finish 1. As you finish, rejoin hands and start the coaster motion again. Needless to say, if you do this continuously, the woman will get quite dizzy, so I suggest substituting a basic coaster motion between each spin in order to give the woman time to recover. If you're ready, let's try it with the music. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, back 3 and 4, spin 5, 6, and basic 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. Again, 1, 2, back 3 and 4, spin 5, 6. Basic 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. Again, 1, 2, back 3 and 4, spin 5, 6. If you think you've got it, turn to record 2, side 4, and continue practicing. Next, we'll do the outside spin. In the outside spin, unlike the inside spin, the woman completes only one full revolution. This makes it a bit easier for the woman to perform. The most important part of the outside spin is the lead of the man as he progresses into it. The small looping lead, mentioned in the book, is important in order to initiate the movement properly. Without this looping lead, it will be difficult for the man to carry the motion up into the spin effectively. To assist you, we'll count this particular movement as follows. 1, 2, 3, and spin, 5, 6. Note that on the count spin, the man initiates the looping lead. Let's try that. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, and spin, 5, 6. Again, 1, 2, 3, and spin, 5, 6. Okay, now again, so that the women don't become dizzy, substitute a basic coaster motion in between each one of these spins in order to give the women time to recover. Using this count, practice the outside spin until you feel comfortable with it. Then move on to record 2, side 4 for further practice. This completes the basic touch dancing section. Moving on to the intermediate movements, let's begin by going through the inside-outside turn. This movement requires close synchronization between the man and the woman. The woman turns inside on beat 5, and the man turns outside on beat 6, executing a quick pivot around to finish on the tap. The man must initiate an inside lead beginning on beat 4, turning the woman inside on beat 5, and turning himself outside on beat 6. For this particular movement, count to yourself in this manner. 1, 2, 3, and 4, inside, outside. The term inside in this count represents the inside turn of the woman on beat 5. Outside represents the outside turn for the man on beat 6 to finish. Okay? Let's walk through it. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, and 4, inside, outside. Again, 1, 2, 3, and 4, inside, outside. Again, 1, 2, 3, and 4, inside, outside. When you've got the feel of this movement, turn to cut 2, side 4 and practice until you can do it effortlessly. Here again, substitute a basic coaster in between each movement so that you don't get off stride. The next movement we'll be working on is the whip or double outside turn. In this movement, as in the outside spin, there must be a looping lead initiated by the man on beat 4 in order to turn the woman into an outside spin. Next, the man pivots outside himself to complete the whip movement. As the man begins to lead on beat 4, he must make sure that he carries the motion of his lead up into the spin and then turns himself on beat 6, finishing in the tap position. The tap finish is the secret to being able to complete this movement on time. Both the man and woman must pivot around to face one another as they swing their legs into the tap position, thereby finishing this movement. We'll count this as follows. 1, 2, 3, and spin, out, out. The count spin on beat 4 refers to the man's initiation of the looping lead to begin the spin. The first count out refers to the woman's outside spin on beat 5. The second count out refers to the man's outside turn on beat 6. Okay, let's walk through it. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, and spin, out, out. Again, 1, 2, 3, and spin, out, out. Again, 1, 2, 3, and spin, out, out. Once you're comfortable with this movement, turn to cut 2, side 4 for additional practice. All right, let's move on to the cuddle spin. One of the most important parts of the cuddle spin is beat 1 of the second coaster after you have pivoted the woman out and formed a 90-degree angle between the man's and woman's shoulders. Omitting this pivot out will make it difficult for the man to lead the woman inside into the cuddle. Let's try running through the whole movement once slowly so that you get an idea of how it's done. Men, listen closely. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Now break her out on 6, finishing with the tap forming that 90-degree angle between your shoulders and hers. Now leading with your left hand, pull her inside into a cuddle on beats 2, 3, and on the and beat, begin to raise your left hand for beat 4 and spin her with your right hand for beats 5 and 6. As she comes around to face you on beat 6, grasp her left hand with your right, finishing in the tap position. Men, you must make sure to turn the woman into the cuddle on beat 2, moving her across in front of you on beats 3 and the and beat. You must initiate your lead out into the spin on beat 4 in order to carry it smoothly through beats 5 and 6 to finish. This is by no means an easy movement to do. It will require considerable practice, and we recommend that you run through it several times before turning to record 2, side 4 and trying it to the music. Count this movement. 1, 2, 3, and 4, break 5, 6, and 1, cuddle 2, 3, and spin 5, 6. Next, let's go through the Matador's back pass. The important thing for the man to remember is that when you initiate this pass behind the woman's back, you must unlock the woman's left arm. This is done by moving it down and out, while simultaneously lowering her right arm behind her back. You must do this smoothly, timing it so that one arm is being raised as the other is being lowered. This is necessary in order to prevent catching the woman's hands behind her. I'll talk you through this slowly one time before we show you how to count it. Okay? Ready? Starting with the tap, it's 1, 2, moving back, 3, and 4. Now turn to the Matador on 5, 6, and finish with a tap. And now from the tap, the man moves behind the woman, lifting her left arm while pushing out with the right for beats 2, 3, and 4. Finish the movement by turning the woman back to face you on beats 5 and 6. Okay, let's try it one time slowly. Ready? 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, back 3 and 4, turn 5, 6, and 1, pass 2, 3 and 4, out, 5, 6. Okay, let's speed it up just a bit now. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, back 3 and 4, turn 5, 6, and 1, pass 2, 3 and 4, out, 5, 6. Again, 1, 2, back, 3 and 4, turn, 5, 6, and 1 past 2, 3 and 4, out, 5, 6, to finish. This again is a move that takes some practice in order to master it. One reminder for you men: as you pass behind the woman's back, don't look over either shoulder. Look straight out, keeping your shoulders parallel with the woman's as you pass behind her. When you feel you've got it, turn to cut 2, side 4, turn up the music, and give it a try. Next is the Matador's Cuddle, or the outside-inside. The important thing for the man to remember in this particular movement is that he'll have to use a strong lead coming out of the Matador as he spins the woman into the cuddle. The man initiates this lead by raising his left hand above the woman's head, pulling forcefully with his right hand to unwind her. Men, remember that you must relax your arms as she turns into the cuddle to release her left arm from behind her back. Without this relaxation, the spinning motion will be hindered. As you lead her out of the Matador and spin her into the cuddle, you can facilitate her turn by moving around her to your left in the opposite direction of her spin. This helps to complete her spin much faster, thus enabling you to get over on the other side in time to turn her out on beats 5 and 6. Let's walk through the entire movement one time. Start with a double handhold facing each other. Then begin with a tap. That's 1, 2, back, 3 and 4, and turn the woman in on the Matador, 5, 6. Now again, tap, spinning her out on 2, around 3 and 4, into the cuddle, and finish by turning her back out, 5, 6. Practice this movement thoroughly before turning to record 2, side 4 and trying it to the music. This cut will deal with the skater's switch. Let's run through this one slowly, talking it through as we go. Begin in a crossover handhold and proceed through beats 1, 2, back, 3 and 4, and begin to spin the woman clockwise on beats 5 and 6, finishing with the man's left hand behind his head. Now tap, step 2, forward for the men, back for the women, and switch sides on 3 and 4. Finish by turning the woman clockwise on 5, 6. You'll notice that you've ended up in a crossover handhold, left over right. Needless to say, this is not the way you began. In order to come back to a right over left position, the man does a crossover turn himself. This will take one more coaster motion, or 6 beats of music, to complete. This means that 3 sets of the coaster, or 18 beats, will be required to do the complete movement, ending up with a crossover handhold right over left. If you're having problems at this stage, forget about the footwork for right now and just walk through the upper body movements of the man's lead until you can do it smoothly. Once you've mastered the lead and follow portion, combine it with the footwork, running through it until you feel comfortable. Then again, turn to cut 2, side 4, put on the music, and give it a try. Practice it to the music until you can accomplish the entire movement without missing a beat. We'll now begin the advanced movement, starting with the basic swivel. Let's walk through this slowly a couple of times, beginning with a double handhold, facing each other. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, back, 3 and 4. Now men, as you walk forward on beat 5, complete the hand switch for a right hand lead, swiveling the woman around on 6, and finish tap. The woman now has her left hand resting on the man's shoulder, ready to pivot back out. Next, the man moves the woman back around in front of him on beat 2 and continues back 3 and 4 as both extend their arms up on 4. Now, swivel back in as before on 5 and 6, finishing with a tap. Now let's try it at normal speed. Ready? Beginning with a double hand hold. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, back, 3 and 4, switch, 5, around 6 and 1, swivel, 2, back, 3, up, 4, swivel, 5, 6 again. 1, swivel, 2, back, 3, up, 4, swivel, 5, 6 and 1, swivel, 2, back, 3, up, 4, swivel, 5, 6 and 1, 2, 3 and 4, swivel, 5, 6 and 1, swivel, 2, back, 3, up, 4, swivel, 5, 6. Good. One thing that you'll probably have to practice quite a bit at first is the extension movement up on the beats 3 and 4. Arms should be extended in unison with an easy flow up into the extension and a relaxed flow out of it. Practice the entire basic swivel many times until your arm movements are synchronized with one another into that extension move. Then when you feel you've got it, again turn to cut 2, side 4 to practice. Next, let's go through the skater's swivel. Begin by practicing the lead without footwork until you become familiar with it. When you feel comfortable with the lead, add the footwork, swiveling the woman back and forth enough times so that you can do it comfortably and easily with no hesitation. An important note for the man to remember is that he must be sure not to step on the backs of the woman's feet as he leads her around. He'll have to take larger steps than she will because he's moving around the outside of her as she turns. This movement should be smooth, and the footwork should feel as if you're gliding across the floor. When you think you've got it, turn to cut 2, side 4 and try it to the music. Next is the skater's spin. This particular movement is kind of a toughie, so the best thing to do would be to just forget the footwork for right now and practice the lead portion. Begin with a crossover turn by the man, then proceed to the crossover spin of the woman until the man finishes with his right hand behind her head. Complete the movement by separating into the extension. Repeat this many times until you feel it smooth, comfortable, and without hesitation. If you hesitate during the spin, you'll be unable to complete the movement with the count we've established, and you'll finish at the wrong time. When you feel you've practiced the lead sufficiently, add the footwork, running through the movement until you can complete it to a beat count at your own speed. A hint to keep this one moving: once the men begin their lead into the man's skater's position and start the spin, it must continue to flow without stopping the motion until you've finished in the extension position. If there's any hesitation in between, you'll have great difficulty finishing on time. When you feel comfortable with this movement, turn to cut 2, side 4 for practice. Now let's work on the reverse cuddle. There are a couple of things to remember. First, when the man turns the woman into the reverse cuddle on his right side, she must not turn more than 1/2 rotation. If she turns farther than that, you'll be unable to complete the twist turn out. Second, when the man has the woman cuddled in, he must direct her straight across in front of himself and out into a twist turn. Complete the movement with the man doing a twist turn back to a normal double hand hold. Practice the lead portion of this movement without footwork until you can do it smoothly. When you've accomplished this, add the footwork and practice repeatedly to the music. Next, let's work on the loop under turn. Again, forgetting the footwork, let's run through the lead and follow portion of the movement. An important thing to remember is that when the man starts the crossover lead, he'll have his left hand over his right hand instead of the right over the left. An additional point is that during the loop under, the man must bring his right arm up underneath his right armpit, releasing it past his right side as he turns under. Without this release, the arm will be caught up behind his back, and he'll be unable to complete the step. The finish for this particular movement is the swivel. When you're ready, add the footwork, practicing until you can finish it on time in the swivel position. When you've got that down, turn to cut 2 of side 4. All right, now let's move to the tunnel. This particular movement looks a lot harder than it really is. As we mentioned in the book, it may take you a while to develop, so have patience. Begin without footwork, running through the lead and follow portion until you understand how this particular movement is led. The man should start from his skater's position, guiding the woman through the tunnel slowly and up into the extension. Once you master that, add the footwork, practicing until you can finish on time to the beat count. An important thing to note is that the man must raise his shoulders and arms high as the woman passes through the tunnel behind him. The woman must also remember to duck her head slightly, or she'll be caught in the head with the man's elbows. It's a good idea to practice this one many times until it becomes smooth and effortless. Then turn to cut 2 of side 4 and try it to the music. Next, let's go to the pretzel or man's Matador back pass. If you are having trouble with this movement, again drop the footwork and run through the lead and follow portion of it until you've mastered it. Remember that once the man turns into the Matador position, he must quickly lead the woman behind him in a smooth and efficient manner until she finishes on the other side. Then he comes out turning inside to finish. An additional point to remember during this particular lead and follow portion is that the woman must not pull on the man's arms, thus allowing him to lead freely. When the lead and follow feel good, add the footwork and practice it so that you can do it smoothly and stay in time to the beat. This one will take a little practice and patience, so don't rush it. When you gain confidence in your ability to do this movement, turn to cut 2 side 4 and try it to the music. The basic dip. Movements of this type cannot be rushed. In order to perform them gracefully, the woman must be dipped slowly and smoothly. In dips, the footwork isn't quite as important as it was in some of the turns and other movements discussed previously, so you should concentrate most of your energy on the lead and follow portion. Women must remember to help support themselves on their right leg. The man's job is principally to guide them down smoothly and efficiently. Next is the lateral dip. The most difficult portion of this particular movement is a smooth roll-in of the woman to the man's side. This can only be accomplished by repeated practice. You must make the transition from the roll-in to lateral dip without hesitation. The spin out is very much similar to that of the Cuddle spin learned earlier in the book. Here, the beat count may feel uncomfortable to you at first, but try to keep as close to the count as you possibly can. If you feel frustrated, remember that these are advanced movements, and they may take some time to develop. Take this particular movement slowly, making sure that the woman can do it smoothly from start to finish without hesitation before combining it with the footwork. If you are unable, even after practicing many times to complete this movement to the beat count, don't get upset. It's most important in dips of this sort, and in the drops which come later, that you do them at a speed which you feel comfortable with. If necessary, change the beat count to fit your rhythm. The Cuddle dip. This particular movement is counted exactly the same as the basic dip. Important things to remember on this dip are that the man must slide his right foot across the floor, supporting himself while extending down into the dip. Secondly, the man may rest the woman on top of his right leg in order to help support her while in the dip. Finally, the woman must support herself on her left leg, helping the man to control her weight. Here you can practice the lead and follow portions first. If you feel you've got it, try it with the footwork. When you feel you've mastered this dip, turn to cut 2 side 4 and try it to the music. The lateral drop through. The important thing to remember on this movement is that the man must move his right side out of the way, allowing the woman to drop through his arms and down to the bottom of the drop. This movement begins in exactly the same way as the lateral dip. The difference is that the woman drops through the man's arms to initiate the drop. The man should be sure to pull all slack out of her arms so she does not drop to the floor in a jerky manner. The woman should drop to the bottom of the dip and finish by sliding across the floor as the man pulls her up and out to finish alongside of him. When you feel comfortable, turn to cut 2, side 4 and practice to the music. As a grand finale, let's do the spectacular death drop. Important things to remember in this movement are that when the man initiates the movement into the drop, he must raise his hands high, taking all the slack out of the woman's arms. He then lowers her smoothly so that her arms don't jerk as she drops. Here again, as in all dips and drops, the woman must support her own weight. Otherwise, the man may not be able to perform this move smoothly. The woman should also remember that when the man begins to lift her out of the drop, she should keep her arms straight and avoid pulling on them until she's almost ready to stand up. Pulling on the arms before this point will only make the movement more difficult. As she comes out of the drop, she should push off with her right leg in order to aid in the completion of the move. The spin at the end of this movement is initiated by the man moving the right arm out slightly in front of the body in order to gain momentum to swing the woman around into a 1-revolution spin, catching her to finish with the coaster. Practice this movement until you can do it without any hesitation before moving on to cut 2, side 4. Well, that's it. We sincerely hope you've enjoyed Night Moves. Good luck, and as Denny would say, keep on dancing.
Working on my feet in the disco heat, dancing good night, come on and light, shine for me. Again, music makes me dance, 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 dance.
Come on, make it a night for love. We know the way to move right into place. Make it a night for love. We know the kind of time it's gonna take. Make it a night for love. Right now I wanna be so close to you. Make it a night for love. Right now I wanna see what we can do. Make it a night for love. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Make it a night for love. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Make it a night for love. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Make it a night for love, for love. A night for love. Better to be dancing with a lover than another. Better to be dancing with a lover when you feel. Every time we're dancing with each other, I'll be feeling. Come on, my man, make it a night. Come on, my man, make it a night for love. Come on, come on, come on, make it a night for love. Come on, come on, come on, come on, make it a night for love. Come on, come on, come on, come on, make it a night for love, for love, a night for love. Better to be dancing with a lover than another. Better to be dancing with a lover when you feel. Every time we're dancing with each other, I'll be feeling. Come on, my man,